Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts, next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. On the return, here's Tajay Spears. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the veteran from Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
1st and 10. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Julian Blackman comes up from the safety spot to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pollard. He'll manage only a couple. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Rudolph looking to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Titans will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. As he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college, he lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year two, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
Right to the air is Richardson. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Now he'll run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, Richardson. Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. He'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Richardson. Now he takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Richardson. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Gay's kick is good. And the Colts are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Spears now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready now for their second drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Opening carry of the game for Tyjae Spears. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Colts offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Richardson to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st and 10. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 2nd down, Richardson. The pressure all over him. He goes down again. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing, Flacco. They'll try to set up the screen here.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on third down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Jaquan Jackson is back deep for Tennessee. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Draw play. Here comes Pollard. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he'll get this up to the 22.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
To throw is Rudolph. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Rudolph. He'll get this out quickly to Boyd. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll go again here with Taylor. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Here's Flacco. And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The motion man is Boyd. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. DeForest Buckner brings him down. They face 2nd down and 7. Rudolph looking to throw. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now Rudolph. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Colts offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Second down and 3. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. This one intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll try the left side with Pollard. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to throw is Rudolph. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That caught Tony Pollard. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Folk's kick is good. And the Titans go out to a 10-3 lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but
and he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Tony Pollard, touchdown Titans. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Folk now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Titans extend their advantage to 14-3. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
They'll toss this right side to Taylor. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. On the give, this is Taylor. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. The terrific interior performer, Jeffrey Simmons, on the stop. First down awaits at the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, You don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice gain.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down up past the 40-yard line. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now, faking the give. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. A give up the middle to Taylor. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. with some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Anthony Richardson, I mean, it's not hard to see why they want to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, both as a passer, but when you can get him as a designed runner, his size and speed, he is a handful for defenses.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They're able to hold them to a short gain on the keeper and force the 4th down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Titans offense ready to get back to work. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Rudolph. He'll get this complete. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Here's 2nd and 2. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. He's got his man right side. It's complete. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Here's Rudolph. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Rudolph. To the left side in the hands of Boyd. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Rudolph looking to throw. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Akine. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now Rudolph. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Back to throw is Rudolph. And he's not going to be able to get away. Might lose a yard. They've got him back at the 2. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. Folk's kick is good. And the Titans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. First and 10. Now Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. These 2 teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game. And when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense. And I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense. And it's almost becoming to the point where you don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up. And when it gets to that, man, as an offense, you're in trouble.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Throwing, Richardson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's... Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment.
The Colts about set to punt. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Titans offense and Mason Rudolph heading out onto the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. He'll bring this up to the 22. Julian Blackman comes up from the safety spot to bring him down. Second and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
To the right side they go, and here comes Pollard. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. They get 20 on the connection. First down for Tennessee.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have...
So now Shane Steichen unhappy with the last call, and out comes the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. And he's into the end zone yet again. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Folk's extra point is good. And the Titans will extend this third quarter lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Josh Downs now on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now Richardson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Colts about to kick this one away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. the visitors' offense. And running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination of the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Catch made, that's Boyd. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Rudolph connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And a short pickup down to the 21. Here's a 2nd and 9. The motion man is Boyd. They run on the jet sweep, and he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense, no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense, no gain.
Throwing, Rudolph. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This will be a 38-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Titans will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Here's Gould on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That is brought in. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Richardson. He keeps it himself. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Looking to throw, Richardson. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. No signal, and we will not get one. He's stopped short, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the 1st down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Colts are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Spears now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Rudolph looking to throw. He's got a man, Westbrook-Akine. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Colts offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He's going to tuck it and go.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it, but a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield, take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 2nd down, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Richardson to throw. He's got his man. That's Downs. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
Throwing on second down, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A second down throw for Richardson. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time.
Powering forward, he's in. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Colts are able to edge a bit closer. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Spears now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Rudolph. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Now Rudolph. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. they're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down. Pollard. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Again, it's Pollard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Running here, it's Pollard. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. Rudolph. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
They'll try it now with Spears. And he's in! Tyjae Spears. Touchdown, Titans. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now, Folk, on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Titans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. On the return, this is Downs. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, Richardson. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Throwing, Richardson. There's that man again. Another catch. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Indianapolis.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On first down, it's Richardson. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's Richardson. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he will get into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Indianapolis. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Throwing, Rudolph. He'll look middle here, caught by Boyd.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They send Ridley in motion. Here's Rudolph. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 20 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Titan first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Open man, he's got Boyd. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
To throw is Rudolph. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he's got another one. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Folk now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Titans are able to extend the lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. On the return, this is Downs. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On first and 10, here's Richardson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Richardson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out, and it results in a turnover on downs. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 3rd and 5. Rudolph looking to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. On the give, it's Pollard. And he'll get the penalty yardage and then some back and is very close to a 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.